agreement. Exactly as happened in China, as happened in the US, as happened in Europe, this will happen in India. Labor has to come from somewhere. This labor is going to come from some other part of the country. The difference is they don't speak the same language, they don't eat the same food, they don't have the same customs, they don't have the same culture. Now, this was not a problem in a static society which was separated by vast distances, etc. You could, and everybody gave it nice names saying we are all very harmonious, etc. But there was enough elbow room. Now suddenly all these qualities which we imagined ourselves to possess, that is being very friendly to Atithi, Devo, Bhava and all that, we talk about all that. It was all right as long as the Atithi was 100 miles away. But if the Atithi is breathing down your neck and there are 100,000 of them camping in your district, then are you going to be as generous minded? The evidence from various places where migration has happened and where the local peoples have responded is not encouraging. And as I said, so I'm not taking Mumbai, I'm not taking all these certain regions of the country where regional forces have raised their head. You even take a small case like Manipur, where there is diversity. They have not been able to figure out how can a Kuki, Naga, Paite, Mizo, Meitei and all of them, how can they coexist? There are 2.5 million of them only. A small sliver of land. They are unable to figure out a way to work. They're keeping on carving down their districts down to. So, logically, is that the destiny for the rest of India? Or do we here have a historic opportunity for civil society, for administration, for government and for politics to try and find out a solution in Manipur, which will work for the rest of India, which will be a way forward for the rest of India? How do we live with diversity? How do we accept it? How do we, instead of pushing back in, which are very human based, there's nothing wrong with the people of, what I'm trying to say is, there's nothing peculiarly wrong with the people of India. This identity is a problematic issue everywhere in the world. Northern Ireland and Belfast, even now it is just an uneasy peace which is being held there. There is some agreement in place, but it's only the force of arms and the alertness of the local administration that prevents those people from being at each other's throats. That's Northern Ireland. What about Europe? When the Balkans, see what happened there. So the power of identity is so strong. As Dr. Mansoor said, yes, it is superficial. But unfortunately, my friends, what has been the biggest driver of, if you see, a lot of the issues which have been happening between peoples and between nations and between political entities, all based on identity. 60,000 years ago, after all, those humans who walked out of the Great Rift Valley and crossed the land bridge into Asia and half turned right and came into Asia and half turned left and went to Europe. They all must have looked the same. They all must have eaten the same food. They all must have been speaking in the same dialect or whatever it was. So where did all these differences come from? Only in the last 50,000 years of human evolution.
Anything like migration. Okay. Take migration, the word migration. It is either created or spontaneous. For example, why did Alexander come all the way from Greece to this place? They wanted it, spontaneous. He wanted to conquer all. Take the other, the laborers. That one was the emperor who came. Here is the poor laborer who is migrated. It's forced. The other is spontaneous or natural to conquer, to improve his status. So like that, everything has to be structured. That is called structured analysis or structured thinking. The best example is about this migration. Now you are talking too much about diversity and how this identity can be brought together or how we can accommodate all diversity. Let me tell you, sir, diversity is just a natural phenomenon. I come to your house, the taste in your, the food which you create in your kitchen is a bit different from what we create in what I create in my kitchen. But the essential components are the same. Sugar, rice, potato, all the same thing. So it's all superficial. In the core, it's all the same, and there should not be any conflict.
But why is there a conflict?
Yeah, that I'm coming to. In the spontaneous nature, the way God has created, there should not be any conflict. Because we are all, it's like the Swaraj, it's a total local development. We can have everything, God has created the world like that. We can have everything in that place. We don't have to attack somebody else. We don't have to go. But when surplus is there, as merchants, people go to other countries, and there is an exchange of things. Where rice is not available here, I give oil or I give something else, take the rice. So it's a peaceful coexistence. Where something is deficient, for example, you take rice and dal. Rice does not have enough protein, dal has enough protein but not carbohydrate. So you combine rice and dal, the best food in the world. Idli, dosa. So like that, Lord Almighty has created the world. It's something deficient somewhere, it is available there. So we have to understand and exchange with each other with a peaceful coexistence. And the definition of democracy, what is the definition of democracy? Definition of democracy is a state or an environment where the innate, there is a natural, I-N-N-A-T, innate qualities, the natural qualities of a human being can be expressed without fear. Now, what is happening in the whole world? It's fear. We get up in the morning for fear, with fear, full of fear. Lawn, the children, everything is under fear now. So we cannot express. In Kerala itself, you take the land goes 1 cent of land costs now 3 lakhs to 5 lakhs. I take graduation, or my child takes graduation or MBA. He wants to start a dairy farm. To start a dairy farm, at least you require 1 crore of 1 acre of land. The land value is 5 to 10 lakhs. So it is 5 crore. And what is the value of milk? Just 50 rupees.
Dr. Mansoor, if I may, and let me just say, since we are talking about identity, I think I'm just trying to understand.
Yeah.
See, let's take, I, as a district official, when I was in the administrative service, we used to, when we were working in a, what we would call a communally sensitive place, which had a history of communal problems of any kind, whichever the community is involved. We used to feel worried that, say, 2 people in the bazaar have a fight. The police station, local police station people used to say, the first thing they wanted to check was, are both from the same community? Then they're not worried, then they will go back to their normal work. If they are from different communities, there's a problem. Why is that?
It is engineered. That's what I said. It's not spontaneous. They are giving an idea, you're from this community, you're from this
who is
community.
giving the idea?
The policeman. You just said, the policeman said, you're from the same community, what's your problem?
No. Dr. Mansoor, the policeman hasn't gone to the spot. He's got a report. A has had an argument with B. The policeman, he wants to only know, are they from the same community? Then he doesn't have to worry. It is not going to end in people killing each other.
Okay.
If they are from different communities, what is just an ordinary quarrel between 2 youngsters, maybe over a girlfriend or something, can end up with people taking weapons from religious places.
What does that happen? The very old idea, British idea, divide and rule. This division has been put into everybody's mind. People like us can understand. But when it goes down the socio-economic status and less education, they are volatile. They cannot understand. The fear is instilled. This is the thing which I said. Who is instilling this fear? Why should I fear you? Why should you fear me? Because our goal, we are in the same boat, same family, our concerns, everything, our happiness, everything, our sadness, everything, 199.99%. And who is dividing us? Who is instilling this fear into our minds? That's my point. My final diagnosis. The multinational corporate political bureaucratic mafia, if they want to come into power, they have to do it. They have to create a division here. So that out of 100 people who are voting, the man who gets 11 votes will come to power. Because he has the majority divider. That has been divided into 20 different groups. So this is all unnatural or created. We should identify this root cause. We should not allow anyone to divide us. Even the communities
Yeah,
are...
but so how would you suggest?
So I personally think, because I think, according to me, you guys are going too far. What primarily we should do is, I'm of the firm view that we should have a look at the, large movements, as you said, phenomena of migration from the standpoint whether it is a boon or bane. Boon or bane.
So if that can be a boom,
It could be bane also. Sir.
No,
Sure.
here, Girish, just to interrupt here, what I want to say is, so let's assume that it is a bane. Then what do you suggest? That we stop migration?
No.
That's what.
You see, that is where our political will should come. You see, there has to be a political will. We have to generate that political will to be able to, because then it is a monstrous problem if it is a bane. Just as you cited example of community and all these things. Eventually what happens is, I will give you a small example of